Recording in progress.
Good morning, world. This is Fellowship of Spirit in beautiful Farmington, New Mexico, on a little bit of a chilly morning and sunshine, so we're blessed. Bill, you might want to leave that open. Get air from the other side, I don't know. Is it? Okay. Anyway, it's a bit chilly here in the building. We're not sure why their furnace doesn't want to come on its own, but we can do it. Anyway, it is a beautiful day, and we're all dribbling in here a little bit at a time, and I would like to read to you our mission statement and our vision. Our mission is to positively affect the world by extending peace, love, spirituality, understanding, and friendship to people with grace and gratitude. Our vision is to be a spiritual center of awakening the I Am Christ consciousness, and our membership is open to anyone. And we have a prelude by Margaret. Faith is like a child. Do I? Oh. And sometimes if I blow in his, it does too. Thank you, Margaret. Beautiful. Yes. Susan, will you do our opening prayer for us?
Yes, I most certainly will. Okay, so, well, first of all, good morning. And you're talking about a little chilly, and I'm going, I have the AC on. It's really a little bit warm. So, anyway, so enjoy the weather, whatever it is. Let us take a deep breath. Let it just fill your whole being, coming in through your crown chakra and coming down into your body, your arms, down through the body to the hips and the legs, down to the very tips of your toes. Creator, Mother, Father, God, we give thanks for this day and for all the blessings that you have brought to us in so many ways, bringing to us a greater awareness of what we want to do, of how we want to do it, because we need to be in alignment, in agreement with your will. And we know from reading things like the Course, that our will is your will, and all things are in divine order. We give thanks this day for our good health, for our great abundance, our abundance of food, our abundance of friends, the abundance of all the beautiful things around us, our plants, the buildings, the warmth of our houses, all of these things we are truly grateful for. And we ask now that you be with us and opens our minds and our hearts to hear your wisdom. And how can we apply this in our life to make us better people, to make us so we are more compassionate, more loving, and to walk in the Christ path. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Susan. If you would please join me. We're getting a lot of feedback from somewhere, and I don't know where. 331, I am walking in the light.
I am walking in the light, in the light, in the light. I am walking in the light, in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of God. Oh, my good is everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Oh, my good is everywhere, manifesting now. Over here, over there, within, without, everywhere. Thank you, God, for my good, manifesting now.
Thank you, Margaret. It stopped a little faster than I thought it was going to. If you will read along with me in our reflective moment. Love produces a flow of energy that I now feel. I love others more than ever, and I feel privileged to be here. Love flows from one person to another as we create an atmosphere of holiness, and so it is. And if you will take just a moment, we would like to send out spiritual energy to George Harris, Ron Holloway, Debbie Ward, and multiple others who need it at this time. And so just send out your energy and they will receive it. And we know this works because we've done it for years and people have gotten better or gone on their journey. And so it is what it will be. Thank you all. And we have a spiritual reading by Shay. I'll hold it for you.
Okay. Good morning. This is a letter from Elizabeth Gilbert. She writes a letter from love to herself every week. And the question this week is, what would you have me know about celebrating my accomplishments? I see you shrink, little shrinky-dink figurine, standing uncomfortably in the oven of our gaze right now. I see you pull back from me as you never do when you are in pain or in distress. I have been there with you, for you whenever you have been in the deepest remorse, shame, regret, overwhelm, despair, and even anger in your life. Why will you not let me be with you, for you, in your glory? Glory. You wince at that word. But honey, let me say it again. Your glory. I love you in your glory just as much as I love you in your suffering. Why are you allowed to suffer but not allowed to shine? Let me put this another way. Why, when you do something wrong, do you pride yourself in taking complete and total responsibility for owning it, as you like to say? Why do you never let yourself off the hook for your mistakes, still ruminating over them decades later, still testing yourself to be sure that you have made proper amends, asking others for forgiveness, wearing your errors like an iron cloak you never take off but bravely bear? But when you have accomplished something, you push the glory of it away from you as though you are a demure dieter at a banquet saying, "No, thank you, I don't even want a bite of tiramisu." Why does this letter make you more uncomfortable than any you have ever written? Can we sit with you in this discomfort, little one? Can we surround you with love the same way we do whenever you are suffering? Because yes, in what may feel like a surprising this way, this question is making you suffer. You do not want to celebrate yourself. You do not want to do a constant inventory of your character defects, looking at yourself with such rigorous honesty that it is as though you are forever standing in front of a parole board, which, like nearly all parole boards, never sets you free as it reviews your list of shortcomings. Accomplishments. The word scares you, doesn't it? Here is another way you deflect it. You say your accomplishments belong to God. You say you have just been lucky. You say you are not responsible for your talents. You say that you are overprivileged. You say that you stand on the shoulders of giants, that the credit is due to others or to fate. But little Sun Mote, you cannot have it both ways. You can't take complete and total responsibility for your failures without taking any responsibility for your successes. It cannot simultaneously be true that your errors are all yours, but your accomplishments belong to anyone but you. May we suggest something radical? Let's do an experiment. Let's release your failures by diminishing them, the same way you diminish and release your achievements, using the same language you have always used to push away success. Let's say that many people were responsible for your failures, the same way that you claim that many people were responsible for your successes. Let's say that your failures were an accident of fate, the same way that you say your successes were an accident of fate. Let's say with your biggest failures that you were just unlucky, the way you say about your biggest successes that you were just lucky. Let's say that God had a hand behind your failures, the same way you say God had a hand behind your successes. And for your accomplishments, what would happen if, for even 5 minutes, you really took in one of those achievements? If you let it sink in, if you really felt it, the way you feel so deeply the shame of your mistakes. Let's pick an accomplishment right now and celebrate it. You pick one. Look how your hands suddenly go still over the keyboard because you can't seem to let yourself do it. Baby girl, look how hard this is for you. Please, bring us something you are proud of, honey. Really bring it to us. We want to see it. There it is. We see it. Feel it. It's crossing through your mind. The book, the signature of all things. It is the creation that you brought forth in the world that you love more than anything you have ever made. Let us say it. Let us shine with you for a moment in this truth. The creation of that book was a joy from the beginning of its imagination, through the 4 years of research, through the travel from Philadelphia to Amsterdam to London to Tahiti, that you did to create it, through the blazing months that you sat alone in your attic and let the story build through your hands, at times barely able to breathe with the excitement of what was being born. Every word was a joy to write, and nobody was more enchanted by that book than you. You made that. You made something that you love. Oh, honey, it is beautiful. Let us celebrate with you the same way we grieve with you. We are not just here for the hard things. We are here for the explosions of wonder and even the pride, the very well-earned pride, the beautiful bloom of pride that you are allowed to have, which is one of the emotions you were taught you could never own. Baby girl, we ask something of you. This is important, so lean in. We hear every word you say about yourself. You know that, right? And we have heard you for many years now whenever you talk about the signature of all things or somebody else praises it. We hear you say, I didn't write that. It is a better book than I am capable of writing. I don't even remember writing it. Something was writing through me. Sweetheart, it isn't true. Can we ask you to stop saying that? You did write it, our beautiful, creative, and disciplined girl. Nobody else was in that attic with you, and the something that was writing through you as that book emerged was nothing less than your own talent, which belongs to you. Talent from the Roman word for your salary, your share, your little piece of silver that's yours. It belongs to you, and you fostered it with decades of work and study. And yes, you are allowed to feel good about it. You are allowed to feel good about yourself, Angel. Nobody ever taught you this, although you were taught to rigorously and even mercilessly sweep yourself constantly for error and mistake. You are not a mistake, nor must your life be an endless mind-sweeping operation to discover and correct all that is wrong with you. You are so many things more than just wrong. You are so many things. You have made so many things. You have made beauty out of your own beauty. Won't you celebrate with us? We cheer for you, but we don't want to be alone in our cheering. Won't you love and accept your accomplishments as much as you have learned to love and accept your shortcomings? Won't you stand with us in amazement at who you are, how hard you work, how much you love what you have made? Don't leave us hanging. We want to be with you in this. We love you so much. Please accept that love in all its forms. We are proud of you. Please be proud of you with us so that we love don't have to stand alone.
Thank you, Shay. She has beautiful writings. I like listening to her stuff, and I keep intending to step on there and read it myself, but I just never seem to find time. But thank you for sharing with us. And we have a song in the brown book, or the blue book, I mean, the binder, Magic Penny.
Love is something if you give it away. Give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away. You end up having more. It's just like a magic penny. Hold it tight and you won't have any. Lend it, spend it, and you'll have so many. Roll all over the floor. For love is something if you give it away. Give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away. You end up having more. Money's dandy and we like to use it. Love is better if you don't refuse it. It's a treasure and you'll never lose it, lest you lock up your door. For love is something if you give it away. Give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away. End up having more. So let's go dancing till the break of day. If there's a piper we can pay for. Love is something if you give it away. You end up having more. You end up having more. You end up having more.
Amen to that. Thank you, Mark. Beautiful. And now I'd like you to help me welcome our dear Susan Barnes from Belize, Central America. And she's having a warm day while we're having a chilly day, so let's see if our minds can meet. And she's going to tell us stuff about the Last Supper. So welcome, Susan.
Yes, good morning again. And it's very warm. So today, I'm speaking to you about the progression into Easter, and we're going to start at the very beginning, which is the Last Supper. And as many of you, or probably most of you know, Da Vinci painted this. Now, what you may not know is that it's not a painting, that you can take and sell, but actually a fresco. It was painted on the back wall of the dining area of a nunnery in Milan. This was between 1495 and 1498. And Da Vinci was using a new, one-point perspective and some psychology, showing the 12 disciples reacting to the statement, "One of you will betray me." So what he does is he's emphasizing human expression and not putting halos on everyone. And I don't know if you remember what the painting is like, but it's Yeshua, which is the name I will use for him, in the center, and that he has in a V shape, next to him what many people thought was John the Beloved. However, there are now people who are saying, "Oh, that's Mary Magdalene," and we'll talk about that a little bit. And then with her is Peter and Judas, because everything's in threes, of course. And then we have three other apostles on the other end of the table. And then we have, on the other side of Mary, we have Thomas saying, "Prove yourself to me," with his finger, that's what he says after supposedly the crucifixion and the resurrection. And so he's with two others. And then at the end you have three other disciples who none of them are looking towards Yeshua. Now, in the background, you need to look at this too. In the background, there are three windows, major ones surrounding Yeshua, and then smaller ones on either side. And actually, there's paintings all over the wall. And Da Vinci had been in Egypt, and we'll talk about that too. So, what if? This is a lot of what ifs. What if betrayal didn't come with daggers and horns, but with familiar faces, shared bread, wine passed around a table? And so everything in the Last Supper is just very subtle. And it seems to capture a moment just before the world shifts. Oh, we're going to talk about that too. When trust begins to fracture, but no one fully realizes it yet. And that's why it resonates so deeply, because actually think about it. Betrayal in real life rarely arrives loudly. It kind of creeps in through silence, and it hides behind routines, and it sits at the same table. So Leonardo suspends time. Again, not showing the divine with halos, but highlight the raw humanness of confusion, of denial, of sorrow. Yeshua at the center doesn't rage, he simply reveals. All around him, his closest companions fall into shock, suspicion, and self-doubt. So in this way, the Last Supper is kind of a psychological mirror, a portrayal of the uneasy space between loyalty and loss, between knowing and not yet acting, between what is said and what is done. And it's this tension that Da Vinci is trying to portray to us that makes it so timeless. So for centuries, I mean, think about it, 1495, so we're in 20, we're talking about 500 plus years. The Last Supper has been revered as a masterful depiction of biblical betrayal, and capturing that very moment when Yeshua reveals Judas as his traitor among the disciples. Here's another what if. But what if this iconic fresco conceals a forbidden Gnostic narrative, where it's not John the Beloved, but it's Mary Magdalene who emerges as the true bearer of divine wisdom, and Judas as an enlightened ally. And it's Peter in this picture as the real betrayer of spiritual truth. You have to understand, Yeshua, who has been called rabbi many times, could not have been, at that particular time, been called a rabbi unless first he was married. Okay, so who would he be married to? How about Mary Magdalene, who's often been depicted wearing red, which they now say is the color of prostitution. However, back in that time, red was the color of a priestess. And if you look at the painting, it almost looks like, well, there's the V and then there's I can't do it with my hands, but an M. So maybe the Da Vinci was trying to point, because it's kind of surrounding Mary, that the M was for marriage. And we can all see, it's quite obvious, the V for the divine feminine. And some people would say this is truly the Holy Grail, the San Grial, which, by the way, is Sumerian. And what it may symbolize is the holy bloodline, because if Mary was married to Yeshua, they had at least one daughter, Sophia. And it's also been said that Mary had been married to Yeshua's cousin John before they were married. But as we all know, John lost his head. And so Yeshua, being the next eligible male in line, would have been the one to take her as his wife. So what if again, Peter was the real betrayer of not just Yeshua, but of the true meaning of the faith that he taught? Because he was more caught up in the more material aspect, and he wanted domination over everything. He was very, very jealous of Mary. And a lot of the disciples did not understand what Yeshua was saying, whereas Mary actually was the first and foremost of his disciples. So for over 5 centuries, Da Vinci's Last Supper has been interpreted as this dramatic time, frozen. And this is the instant when Yeshua announces, of course, his betrayal. But what if everything that we've read in the past and about the masterpiece is all wrong? What if Leonardo, one of the most brilliant minds of the Renaissance, and who had, and I think most of you don't know this, studied in Egypt, in the temples for 4 years encoded an entirely different story within the gestures, the gazes, and the spatial arrangements of this fresco. So recent analysis suggests that the Last Supper may not illustrate the canonical Gospels at all. It may be that the painting dramatizes passages from the Gnostic Gospels discovered in Egypt, the Nag Hammadi, particularly those that were attributed to Mary Magdalene and Philip. So these ancient texts were actually suppressed by the early church authorities. They were rediscovered in 1945 near Nag Hammadi, and what they do is they present a radically different version of early Christianity, one that is centered on inner spiritual knowledge, gnosis, which is why there's a group of people that are called the Gnostics, the people of knowledge. And then the very pivotal role of Mary Magdalene as the primary recipient of Yeshua's, the Christ's secret teachings. So I talked about the 3 windows. Are they referencing the 3 aspects of true source, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit? Now, if you look at the other paintings around there, it's stars, as though looking through Orion's belt. Now, there are those who think that many of the ancient pharaohs were descendants from the Anunnaki, who were ETs from the Orion's belt. It also shows on the back of this the galleries in the Great Pyramid. So people like Robert Edward Grant could go in and know exactly where there are galleries that are not yet found. And he's as much as told them, and they have found some of them. So there's a lot of other things. Like, for instance, Peter is kind of pointing there at Mary's throat. And then behind his back, he has a knife. Now with Judas, his head's a little lower than all the other disciples. So would that mean that he's the betrayer? Or he is the founding supporter of Yeshua's teachings? So this whole thing, it transforms our understanding of Leonardo's work from a canonical biblical scene into a coded message about the suppression of spiritual wisdom and the rise of institutional dogma. And I think that that's what our fellowship here is for, is to bring about what is that coded message of spiritual wisdom. Every one of our speakers has really helped us to understand a deeper, more spiritual way of looking at things, of being, rather than in what's been put out there and claimed to be Christianity. Now, this is the 21st of February. And I think I said at the beginning that this shows a very pivotal time for Yeshua and the disciples. But were you aware that February 17th, 2026 was given by Edgar Cayce as the pivotal time when there's no more turning back? This is the time that we have chosen to find out which vibratory path we want to take. The higher, or the 5th dimension, or the lower, the 3rd dimension. Supposedly, over the next 2 years, 27, 28, we'll see a world shift where it appears right now as all humanity is one there's going to be a separation of those choices. And I first heard about this probably back in 1980 or 81 when I was at a spiritual conference, and it was people from the Edgar Casey group were talking. And when they were talking, I thought they actually meant a physical one. However, it may be not more of a physical one, but more of, okay, so we have these friends around us. And now we find that some of these friends seem to distance themselves more from us. The split. So, as I said, February is the month of the grand alignment. Happens only 41 or some thousand years, where all the planets are aligned. There's also a lunar eclipse. I think that's coming up next week. It is also on the 17th, it was the ending of the Chinese year of the snake and the beginning of the year of the fiery horse. Lots of things for us to think about for ourselves. And also in respect to the Last Supper. What are our choices? And will we truly seek that spiritual wisdom? Or will we choose to just follow mainstream institutional dogma? And the thing is, you have the choice. So, considering all of the above ideas, I would ask you, so what is the truth? Maybe what I've told you is not, but it's what some of us believe. So where can we look for it? Actually, what I find is sometimes it comes to me. I don't necessarily look for it. It seems to just come to me. So whose truth is it really? And so, I leave you with that. Namaste.
Susan, wonderful words of wisdom. I'm not sure what we're supposed to do with it, but it's always, open for inspection and always open to see if it's something that we can explore and live with. I've always entertained the idea that it's a shame that Jesus lived such a lonely life, so I'd like to think that he had a loving companion and children for that matter. So thank you for bringing that to us. Anybody else have anything they'd like to say? Okay, thank you. And we have a song by Margaret in the book, Brown Book 344, There is Joy in My Heart.
There is joy in my heart and a smile on my face, 'cause I love the world. There's a song in my lips, love the whole human race, and I love the world. Feel the spirits are singing, feel happiness winging like bells that are ringing on high. God is here everywhere, joy is filling the air, 'cause I love the world. There is joy in my heart and a smile on my face, 'cause I love the world. There's a song on my lips, love the whole human race, and I love the world. Feel my spirits are singing, feel happiness winging like bells that are ringing on high. God is here everywhere, joy is filling the air, 'cause I love the world. Thanks.
wonderful. We don't have children today. There were several of them that were sick, so we will do our celebration of abundance. If you will hold your donation over your heart and read with me. Divine love flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Unlimited. I am prosperous. Thank you. Thank you, Bill. Yeah, that'll be fine. My coffee cup there. And we're going to have some words of wisdom from Bill to send us out of here, and then we'll sing our songs. And we're just so thrilled that you are getting around so well.
Thank you. Well, you want to just hold it?
I just hold it.
Today's topic is simple prayers. The fewer the words, the better the prayer. A quote from Martin Luther. Whether for ourselves or for another, the purest prayers require few words. They are uncluttered expressions of the heart. God knows our needs before they are expressed. The purpose of prayer is not as an outlet for us to vent, but as a way to find connection. This requires few words. The walkaway is, I do not have to use many words to express and clarify myself to the divine. Sometimes one word is sufficient. God bless and have a great week.
Thank you, Bill. Good idea. Sometimes one word is all we need. Okay. Yes, exactly.
There you go, that's 2 words.
Okay, let's sing our way out of here. What do you got there?
Kimchi lids.
Kimchi what?
Kimchi lids.
Fermentation lids. For
Oh, okay. Oh, cool.
Oh, you have a pin pocket? There you go.
Ooh, your hand's warm.
God
bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together in unity, and yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as our power, family all are we. So yes, we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Amen to that, and
Cleverly.
Have a blessed week, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Jerry.
Thank you.
We will have heat next week, I promise.
Promise?
Penny.
No, I've actually got it from Sue.